Why play Mordekaiser Jungle? Well, he clears the jungle quickly and healthily, he is an amazing duelist, he's manaless so he can spam abilities, and in a teamfight he can isolate and destroy a carry. However, he does lack mobility and can get kited if he misses his E, and his ultimate can be countered if his opponent buys a QSS. Mordekaiser's first passive is his attacks deal additional magic damage on hit. His second passive is he gains a stack every time he hits a champion or large monster with an attack or ability stacking up to 3 times. Upon fully stacking, he gains a chunk of movement speed and creates a circle around him which constantly damages all enemies. Mordekaiser's Q is a cone skill shot which deals damage to all enemies hit. If this ability hits just one enemy, it deals significantly increased damage. Mordekaiser's W has a passive where he stores a large amount of the damage he deals and a small amount of the damage he takes as his secondary bar. The active changes the secondary bar into a shield for him, which will slowly decay. You can then press W again to convert a portion of the shield into health. Mordekaiser's E has a passive where he gains percentage magic penetration. The active is a wide straight line skill shot which grants sight of the area, and after a short delay it also damages enemies and pulls them back. This is often cast at max range but can also be cast closer to Mordekaiser to pull enemies through and away from him. Mordekaiser's ultimate briefly slows his target before banishing both himself and the target to the death realm for 7 seconds. During this time he heals for 10% of their maximum health and reduces their attack damage, ability power, attack speed, max health, armor and magic resist and size by 10%, and gains all these stats himself instead. If you kill the target while they're in the death realm, you keep these stats until they respawn. While you're in the death realm, people on the outside can see you as 2 dots moving around, and you can see everyone else on the outside as dots moving around too. For combos, start with E into a slightly delayed Q before attacking again to proc your passive. From here, keep spamming out attacks using your W to protect yourself as needed. With ultimate available, start with ult into an auto attack if possible before using an E and Q before spamming away with more auto attacks and using W as needed. For matchups, he does very well into junglers who can easily isolate and out-duel, and he can struggle against champions who can easily ignore his ultimate and out-duel him. For runes take this, he procs Conqueror incredibly easily. For build order, start Green Monster and Pot into tier 2 boots, a Crystal Scepter and a Jackshos. Follow this up by getting a Demonic's Embrace before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Ghost and Smite. Starting the game, you have several options for your first jungle clear. Firstly, as your clear is amazing, going for a full jungle clear into contestant Scuttle is incredibly viable. After taking Scuttle, you'll still be incredibly healthy. So from here, it's very viable to look for a gank, or you can simply back and complete another clear. When looking to gank, always consider the 3 main points of what CC does your team bring, what escapes does your enemy have, and where is the lane pushed to. As your CC isn't guaranteed, prioritizing a lane which brings CC is a solid default. From here, if you're able to simply walk at your enemy, your chances to kill them are incredibly increased. This is because if you can save your E for their dash or flash, you can simply pull them back to you if they try and get away. Otherwise, simply engage with your E into a massive amount of damage. When you have ultimate, you're looking to force a fight into a squishy champion who you can easily 1v1. You can then use this pressure to either get tower plates or a neutral monster. Entering the mid game, keep farming hard and looking for picks. If you can ever ultimate an overextended target, simply kill them and take an objective. Entering late game team fights, your effectiveness will depend on how you use your ultimate. A great default is to use it on the enemy carry, delete them and make the fight very easy for your team. Otherwise, if they've got a big AoE ability like a Kennen ultimate, after he uses it, removing him from the fight can also be incredible value. Otherwise, spam your Q and E and use W as needed.